Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Season 2, Episode 14, The Truth Hurts. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and to all of my new subscribers. Thank you all so much for joining the family, and to all of my nieces and nephews and my outstanding members. Thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate um, last night's episode, I would rate the episode a C, but we are going to make the best out of a C episode and turn this into, hey, Rose, and we're going to turn this into a plus review. Okay. So hey, Marilyn from the St. Thomas Virgin Island. Thank you for being here. Thank you all so much for being here. I was going to come out on yesterday, but I had to rest the eye by looking at, oh my goodness, verses with Monica and Brandy. And I thought that it was absolutely excellent. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm hoping that all of you all who watched Versus last night enjoyed it as much as I did. Okay, so let's get into this review of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. The first person that I want to talk about, or couple, is Tim and Melanie's. Okay, like this girl, I can't do her. We looked at last night's episode and we saw, and yes, and my eye is still red, but I'm going to, do what I do. And so we looked at the episode and we saw Tim look for a job. And so now Tim is in the position where he wants to have a conversation with Melanie about it, because they brought up in the interview process that he needed to be married in order to get a job very quickly. And so Tim decides that he wants to talk to her about getting this job. And, she's like, okay, well, I thought that, basically, you had a job. Because we do remember that Tim said that he did not get rid of his job. But he says that he needs to have a sponsor there, someone to keep the income, coming in, somebody to sponsor his work over there or whatever. And so, he tells her that he made a lot of sacrifices being with her. And she said, you didn't make the sacrifices. I didn't ask you to make the sacrifices to be with me. As we know, her family has found out about, the cheating that he has done, and they're not really feeling him. So the only advocate that he has as far as this relationship is concerned is her. And she is just extremely nasty to Tim, very impatient, just wants him to wallow in the cheating that he did. Although he has apologized, he has uprooted his whole entire life to come and live with her, she still, wants him to lay in that bed that he has made. And she's not making anything easy for him, and nor is she even, giving any kind of signs or indication that she even loves this man, right? And so, at the end of it, she says that she has some secrets of her own that she has been keeping from Tim. And so, in my opinion, this is one of those situations where, either she was on some straight get back and cheated on him, or even she's the part that's absolutely calling that kettle black. I don't know, which one it is, or, what it is, but like, I don't know if you all like this girl, but I don't like her. I don't know whether or not it's editing or if she is just a cold person, like she's coming off on screen. But, we'll see, I guess, when it comes back on in October. The second person that I want to talk about is Eric and Armando. Eric's children, I mean, Kenneth and Armando. Where the hell I get Eric from? Okay. But Kenneth daughters are leaving. They're going back home. And so we see them, packing their bags and talking to their dad. And it is, one of those touching moments where, of course, Kenneth breaks down because, he's had this short time with his daughter. He's uprooted his life, of course, to move to Mexico to be with Armando. And so the daughters are telling the dad that this is yet another opportunity for him to be a father to a little girl. They told him to raise this little girl, Hannah, the way that he raised them. And so, this is, his second chance at fatherhood. Armando seems to love him. I was so amazed at how tall Armando was. He doesn't really come off on television as being as tall as he is, but this man is like a giant, okay? And so, of course, they are now open to that lifestyle in Mexico. And so when we saw them at the restaurant, when they were trying to flush the toilet with the water, and so and so didn't want guac, and he didn't order as many, it just was a hodgepodge of mess. But we see that Kenneth is really making a huge adjustment to be with Armando. But Armando is still in the closet, basically. He doesn't want to discuss the truth of his relationship with his parents. But Kenneth is saying that, hey, I've made these sacrifices, and I think that I deserve for you to put your best effort. Of course, he is afraid because when they were at the restaurant last week, someone made, a slur to them. And so, and his family hasn't been open to this relationship from the giddy up. And so he is very upset about and very nervous about, springing, first of all, bringing Kenneth to the house. And then secondly, letting them know that he's engaged. And, so it's just a whole bunch of stuff that they're going to have to overcome. He has, not really shown any PDA, and Kenneth is being humble and being nice about it and all that kind of stuff. The next couple that I want to talk about is Brittany and Yazan. Brittany is just, my girl is trying her best to be this woman that this man wants to be. And she just can't do it because she cannot tell him the truth. And how can you be in a relationship with someone when you can't even start off with the basis of just being damn honest, all right? So Brittany basically, is sitting with Armando. She indicated that she lived in Chicago for a while with her mom. And while she was living in Chicago with her mom, she had applied for a divorce. Although right now she is living in Florida with her husband, she went to go and see a lawyer. We saw it on television, so I don't know if that was editing, if they trying to come up with this little story. But anyway, I digress. She lives in Florida, but she was living in Chicago. She got an email from the courts indicating that she needed to fly to Chicago. I mean, she needed to be in Chicago for a divorce hearing so that she can finalize her divorce. She said she filed the paperwork with the court in Chicago and just left it alone. And here she is 3 years later, okay? 3 years later, having to fly there for a divorce hearing. Now, I don't know what happens to the one that she allegedly filed in Florida, but the whole story just stinks, okay? So now she's at the point where she has to tell Yazan that she's leaving. The excuse that she makes is that her sister is pregnant and that, I guess the sister is supposed to have the baby. He asked her, when is she coming back? And she says mid-January. So I don't know if she's there, during the holidays or what it is, but everything is about January. Everything is scheduled in January. They're supposed to get married in January. Her dad is supposed to be arriving in January, and now here it is. She is flying out, to Chicago, only to come back in January. Like I'm totally confused about what season, what time of the year we're in. Like if put it in the chat. And he's concerned because he's saying, I don't believe that you're coming back. He believes that all of the things, I guess, that have happened between the two of them, that this has caused her to want to leave. And so he doesn't trust that she's telling him the truth about why she is leaving. And she is telling a lie. Like, she's going to go and see her sister, but the truth of the matter is that she's not divorced. And so, Yazan, doesn't know whether or not, like, this is just a hodgepodge of bull. Okay. And so, when she's leaving, we see them being affectionate with one another because, at this point, he loves the girl, like, right? Or at least that's what he says he does. And she's promising him that she's coming back. And frankly, I don't think a lot of us really care whether or not she's coming back or not. So the next couple that I want to talk about is Jenny and Sumit. Did we find out some books on Jenny? Now here Jenny is and went up. Okay, so we start off and we see Jenny sitting there talking to Sumit. Sumit is going to have a meeting with his family. He said, "Damn it, I'm tired. I can't take it anymore. So I am going to go and have a meeting with my parents, and we're going to hash this thing out once and freaking for all." Jenny says that she is concerned about Sumit if he just goes out the front door. Like, I don't understand that. But she said, but she's even, more afraid when he goes over to his parents' house because she doesn't know whether or not the parents are going to allow him to come back. Jenny, for all of us who have been looking at this from season one, we know that Jenny had already been there multiple times. We know that she has had pictures on Facebook and on Instagram that were leaked of her, being with the parents. So for all of us who have been watching, it wasn't a surprise that about what the mother said to an extent. But there were some details that Jenny's ass absolutely left off. And I'm about to say some stuff, and it may bother some of you all out there. So, Mary, get ready, okay? Get ready, Mary. So Jenny, so Sumit is saying that, I'm happy. I'm in love with you. You are the person that I want to be with. My parents forced me into this arranged marriage that Jenny did not know about. And so Sumit, is like, I'm going over there. I'm going to have to talk with them because this divorce is costing them money, and the divorce is also costing me money. So my parents are mad about the money part of all of this. And so Jenny is sitting there with the, yeah, right, looking every bit of like the crypt keeper, okay? And so we get an opportunity on the other side of town to see the parents. The parents have decided that they're going to film, bitch. They said that it didn't last time when they came up in the house and everything, and they're going to film, this time they're going to let up, know what's really going on, right? So let's go ahead on and talk about this, right? So they decided they're going to, let the family, let us know what's going on. So the mama and the daddy basically tell us that Jenny met Sumit on Facebook, right? She came over there, all right? She came to India because she wanted to, she was coming as a friend and as a tourist. They indicated that they was like, all right, cool in the game. You were a tourist here. You know our son. We're going to open up our home to you. We're going to be hospitable. We're going to allow you to stay up in our joint, right? And so Jenny is upstairs on the third floor of their home, living the life in India, okay? And all the time, behind their back, Jenny is fucking their son. You nasty. Now, there is, I believe, almost a 30-year, if not more, difference between Jenny and Sumit. So basically, Jenny was Sumit's first. So now we see why Sumit, despite the wrinkles, despite the thinning hair, despite the bifocals, despite the lack of funds, now we understand why Sumit is feeling Jenny, because she was his first, bitch. And you know how when you have a first lover, regardless of how trifling they were or whatever, if it's your first love and your first time you ever, got to, you know, you be hooked up on that mofo. So this is what Sumit is going through. Sumit is living under I mean, this mofo is with Jenny because she popped this no cherry. Let's just go ahead on and tell the truth out here. Jenny is all in these people's house. They said Jenny said she was gonna stay there for 2 to 3 weeks. This bitch ended up staying in their month staying in their house a whole damn 4 months. Okay, thank you so much for the cash app. Thank you. Let me see. Thank you. Mm. Thank you, Aunt, for the 4.99 super chat. So he's living in a mirage, okay? He's seeing things that really ain't there. The only thing that he can think about is chasing that first time that everything went pop, fizz, and oh, what a damn relief it was. I mean, this is where he is in his mind. And so Jenny is up there, perving at somebody's house. Like you a whole grown-ass woman and you are messing with these people's kid. Okay, because at this point, that he was a kid when you were there in 2013, Jenny. You up in these people's houses and their son. They said they didn't even know that this was going on. They had no idea. They trusted this bitch. They asked Jenny, what would you say to the mother if you had an opportunity to say something? She talked about something. I would say, what's wrong with this crazy bitch? What's wrong with this crazy lady? How disrespectful when these people were kind to you. Jenny, you just looking worse and worse every episode. I know that there are people out here who are still fans of Jenny. And, on a personal tip, because she ain't going to be screwing none of my brothers and none of my uncles, none of my cousins, I like her. But I'm going to tell you, if the bitch ever came around, I will put the lockdown on everybody's wee-wee, okay? Everybody would be in a chastity belt around with Jenny. I would be up on Jenny's tail, honey, like white on rice. I would follow her even to the bathroom, bitch. I would be like an armor guard. Thank you so much for the... Thank you so much, Sherry Kintu, for $9.99 super chase. Okay, I ain't no way in the world I would let this bitch out of my sight. Ain't no way. These people opened their house up to Jenny, and Jenny was in there talking about something. He was coming up at night. We was doing the creep, and I was letting him bang the thing out, and he was going back downstairs like ain't nothing happened. The family found out about it and put that ass out. Jenny, you's a disrespectful somebody. I'm going to tell you right now, you would not have wanted anybody to do no dog like that to you. Was he a child, Jenny? Was he over 18, Jenny? Jenny, tell me, was he over 18? I sure the hell hope he was. I got to go back and find out how old this mofo was. Because Jenny foul. Now, I always been saying Jenny is a home wrecker. Jenny is a home wrecker. So after this son that had his little, rendezvous with Jenny up in his parents' household, how disrespectful. You're a grown woman and you screwing up in another grown woman's house. You sit up there by day taking pictures and by night sucking dick. Let's just go ahead on the... Let's just go ahead on and keep it 100. You smiling with the people and know that you are defiling their household and defiling their son. You know damn well he was supposed to be a virgin. So when Jenny got the hell up out of there, they told him, we don't want you with this old bitch. They said she too old. Jenny, you too old. And you disrespectful. So when Jenny rolled up out of there, they went on and made Sumit get married. Because at this point, he had a taste of the forbidden fruit. So they was like, we can't cut him off. We got to continue to keep giving them fruit. Let's go holler at Boom Boom and them down the street and get him married to their daughter. But at the same time, Jenny wouldn't leave him alone like a stalker bitch type. type thing going on. Like I got to have him no matter what. Like, leave this little boy alone. Like, y'all, like, oh my God. Like, this crossed boundaries as far as I was concerned, batch. Jenny is doing this stuff literally in these people's home. And then she gonna have the nerve to talk about the woman in a bad way when she opened up her home. So when they put you out and told you that they didn't want you with their son and you were too old for that, now you got fucking attitude and you want to drag them. And now you hiding and all of that kind of stuff because you ruined your relationship with the family because they didn't trust your old ass anymore. You's a old hoe, Jenny. You like straight up young. You ain't Jenny around the block. You are Jenny the block. Okay. The next couple that I want to talk about is Benny and Baby and Ari. Ari done lost her mind. Her mother has been on the plane now for what, 16 hours. And this bitch is going cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I cannot stand the way that she is treating this broke down brother, okay? This mofo ain't got a pot to piss in, nor does he have a window to throw it out of. Matter of fact, in the house where there was, I don't even believe there was windows. This bitch ain't got a Florida, he ain't got a Florida mop. He don't have a stove to cook on, bitch. He don't have nothing. And you knew this when your mother was here. But as long as your mother was here, keeping you up in that little cushy hotel and all of that kind of stuff, it just didn't dawn on you that you really did not want to be over there. So here we got this chick sitting over there pregnant, right? She already got a whole bunch of hormone stuff that's going on with her. Biniyam makes a decision that, she going to take him to this, this fancy little place because we saw the two little messed up, fucked up places that Biniyam had already taken her to, which was below the bar, okay, for the average American. Like let's go ahead on and tell the truth about it, okay? It was tore up, okay? So, of course, now she's realizing that now that her mama is gone, that she really don't know this mofo, and this mofo really don't know her. See, let me tell you what it was, honey, okay? It was a figment of your imagination. See, you imagined yourself with Bob Marley, boo, and you got Bob the Builder, bitch. You got Bob saying that he gonna go ahead on and build you a rat-a-tat-tat, okay? A little rat-a-tat-tat and the 2 inches in a hut, all right? This got you living up in the camp where you ain't got no running water in the basement is foul. But I tell you what, you fucking in the dough, aren't you? You just just this nasty. So anyway, she decides that she's going to, take him to this high price condominium, right? And everything, and she goes in there, she's sightseeing and she's turning on the water. It's got running water. And so they was like, to join this, she said, how much is it? They was like, it's $1,400 a month, American money, right? So he was like, nah, fuck that. I don't make no money. He said, I don't bring home nothing but $500 a month, basically. He said, how much money do you think I'm making tapping on somebody's ass, playing the piano in the ad? You know what I'm saying? Come on. How much money could he be making? He's dancing with his old girlfriend and he's playing piano all between the girl's legs and all up her crack and all of that kind of stuff. Come on, y'all. Let's tell the truth. You know we tell the truth over here at Auntie's house. This mofo ain't got nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they go out to join, and she got an attitude because he told her, bitch, I can't afford this. I can't afford this with my yearly salary. You understand? Let alone talking about what I can afford for the month. So, of course, this bitch going to go get in the car, and she going to kirk out all in front of the Uber driver. So the Uber driver was like, do I drive? Do I not drive? Do I back up? Do I floor it? Like, what the hell do I do? These people are sitting in my car. Here he is with this white American woman. I ain't trying to be caught up in I ain't trying to be caught up and hung up with this mofo, okay? The Uber driver was like, I'm about to put both of these bitches out of there. Now she wants to complain to him about the living conditions when you saw the living conditions when your mother was there and you kept your mouth quiet, okay? Now we know that it's a major adjustment living up over that mofo and you ain't got no running water and the water is sitting still outside in the blue bucket and you got to go over there and dip up in the well but you ain't say while your mother was there. You didn't say nothing. You was had cotton in your mouth. Well, I mean, I don't know it's gonna get together. Your mother leave now. You talking about some bitch? You better fix that apartment. You said you needed a week. What happened to the week? You didn't do anything with the week. Well, he was taking you and your mama back and forth and introducing your mama to your family and his family and all that. Y'all was eating and stuffing raw meat up in the mouth and all that stuff off of some fig leaves and some crackers, bitch. That's what he did with his week. What do you mean? What did he do with the week? You was with him the whole time. And now all of a sudden that your mama gone, now you a baby and you complaining. And then she gonna sit up there in the house and tell me something, I really could leave. Manipulating, controlling, throwing this stuff up in his face, trying to see whether or not the man in the pink bonnet love your ass. He's a man that's sitting around in a pink bonnet. But see, I'm going to tell you what happened. And I checked it the first time she went over there. When she saw that mofo didn't have them Bob Marley dreadlocks, y'all, she lost it for him then. She said, bitch, I could date any man in America with a short hair guy. Excuse me, y'all. Thank you so much. Lord Jesus. Whew. Thank you so much, G. Isla Rod. Thank you, boo. Thank you. That's a cute little thing. She like kissing and everything. That is so cute. I could leave. He said, go ahead on leave. I mean, I'm saying I'm not leaving, but I'm saying I can leave. He said, so why you want to leave? Well, we ain't getting along. Bitch, who said y'all wasn't getting along? I ain't seen him argue with you not one time. I haven't seen him do anything. Excuse me, y'all. I haven't seen him do anything wrong. Not one thing. He asked her to give him another week. She said, no. I don't want to be staying somewhere where there's no running water, where there's no toilet. But you knew this. And you on that bed. This is sitting there with a pink bonnet on, washing clothes. And now all of it, she needs to go home. Thank you so much, boo, for the... Thank you so much, Beth, for the $5 super chat. She needs to go home. Yes, she does. And she doesn't need to threaten him with it. And see, the thing about it was his family had already said, this is what is going to happen to you. The same thing that happened to you the last time is going to happen to you again. She wants this mofo to lick her complete tail because she's insecure and talk about they're not getting along. If we don't get along, what am I supposed to do? So what you want him to do? Twist his head back up, put the long dreads. You want him to glue them joints back on, or you want him to get somebody to cornroll it real quick and put some crochet dreadlocks in there. What do you want? Because see, what happened was the man that you thought that he was, the man that you was attracted to, the man that was just banging you out with the dreadlocks in his head. See, he's gone, and so now you got the real man, and it doesn't make a difference. See, you had a fantasy. You fantasized about who this man was. So when you got over there, all right, when you got over there, he had changed up on your ass. Now all of a sudden you don't know him. but you knew him when you were sleeping with them. You knew him when you were planning everything. You wanted to be with them. Now you're going to say, I'm just feeling sorry for him. I'm here on a sympathy voyage, okay? Now you're doing him a favor being there. Because you can't stand up in your grown woman stuff. And now all of a sudden, he's to blame. And like he said, it ain't nothing. Whatever I do, I'm not gonna win. No, my friend, you're not gonna win. And the thing about it is, she's using the baby and the pregnancy, in my opinion, as a pawn. A pawn to try to get him to do something that he fiscally cannot do. He financially cannot take care of her and that baby. And she knew that. She sat up in the car and was like, it was your responsibility. If you needed the money, you should have asked me. Well, guess what? That probably makes him feel less than a man. This mofo got 75 jobs. Every time he talks about having a job, it's a different one. And he's still not making ends meet. But you decided that you would get pregnant by him. You decided that you would fly back there to live with him. And now when the conditions are as we all suspected that they are, now you mad at the mofo and you want to sit in the car and scream. He told her, shut the... He told her, you need to shut up. Go on back home. Deuces. Adios, amigos. Gone. Like, this chick seriously has issues. And she, because she's miserable and made some mistakes that she now cannot correct, not all of them, she gonna make his life a living hell. He's gonna wish and pray. But I'm gonna tell you something, them sisters, they not having it because they already warned her. She already made a promise that she was going to stay there. But you know what? All of this is above her pay grade. Because at the end of the day, she was working for her daddy. And she is going to do everything possible to make this man feel less than. When you went over there the first time and you was a tourist for what, 14, 15, 16 years, you should have checked out this mofo's living condition. But you didn't care as long as he had them dreadlocks hanging over you at night. And now that he don't have it, and you see this bitch in all who he is with his pink bonnet on, looking like the average black man in America, you turned the fuck off, young. You just knew you had a Winston. You know, one of them men that you know you sneak up in the pool with late at night out in the islands. Hi, Winston. I'm just married, Ken. Yeah, I'm going back. Tonight's my last night, and I just thought that I would spend it with you. Yeah, what size do you wear? Bitch, you're not on vacation anymore. You're not on vacation. And you've now realized, after your mommy is gone, that this is real freaking life you playing with. And now you're going to use the baby as a pawn. Now, this is the end of my review. This is the mid-season finale. Okay? Didn't think it was all of that great, but it did earn a C at least, okay, for some of the foolery that we were able to see. So it did at least earn a C from Auntie. When it comes back next season, we ain't gonna be so gracious on giving out these grades, okay? We're gonna straight rate these mofos the way that they supposed to. I believe that the show is going off air and it will be coming back on October 12th. So we'll have an opportunity to look at it then. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thank you to all of my members. Thank you to everyone who sent a super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to Mary for moderating the chat. I love you all to pieces. Be safe. Make sure you social distance, okay? Tell it, get back, stand back, 6 inches back, 6 feet back, okay? And I love you all. Until the next time. Bye-bye.